Hi, my name is David McGuffey. I'm a certified elder law attorney. I'm going to speak with you for a few minutes about finding resources. One of the problems that many individuals face when they're working to assist themselves or a loved one who's aged or who has special needs is finding those resources that are out there. Well, one of the things I can tell you is that first you can use our website as a resource if you like. Our website, among other things, has a number of radio programs that we broadcast, and we've put the audio files up so that you can hear what different professionals have to say, or what different people have to say about the different types of care you can get, about the resources you can get, about different situations. Another thing that I would do is I would tell you that if you have an emergency or if you believe someone has been abused or injured by a criminal, then you should call 911. If you're being abused, get out. Don't wait, don't look for anything, just take your stuff and go and call 911. Now, one general resource that you might want to know about is the Elder Care Locator. That is a public service that is been placed on the internet by the Administration on Aging, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. You can go to www.eldercare.gov and find a myriad of resources that will be available. It will lead you to a place where you can find local resources. It will also lead you to a place where you can check benefits that are available in your local area. You can access that by telephone if you don't have the internet by calling 800-677-1116. Again, that's 800-677-1116. Now, another thing that you can do, especially if you believe that elder abuse is going on, you can call the Division of Aging Services hotline. That's 1-866-55-AGING. Or if you want it spelled out numerically, 1-866-552-4464, and that will take you to Adult Protective Services in Georgia. You can use that Adult Protective Services number to report suspected elder abuse anonymously. Now, if you're just looking for resources, a good place to start, whether you're working with someone who is elderly or disabled, would be the Area Agency on Aging. One of the things that confuses people sometimes, they hear about elder law attorneys, but elder law attorneys also help individuals with special needs. They hear about aging services, but they also help people who are younger and who have special needs. And one reason for the overlap is because many of the services that the elderly need are the same services that younger people with disabilities or special needs will be looking for. Perhaps we historically have labeled these resources incorrectly, but just so you know, most of the services that are out there that would help you locate resources for the elderly would be of similar value if you're working with someone who's younger and who has a chronic health problem. Now, in Georgia, there are 12 regional area agencies on aging. You can reach them by calling 800-759-2963. They're going to provide a number of different things. First, they're an information and referral resource. And if you call their number, you're going to have access to a lot of different information. You're going to also find advocacy services. They're not lawyers. They don't do that kind of advocacy. But one example would be the Georgia Cares program, which is funded by the state of Georgia to help Georgia citizens enforce their rights or access their rights through the Medicare system. They also are the gateway for the home health waivers through the Medicaid program. They don't do financial eligibility, but they do send out the agencies, the home health agencies that do the medical evaluation to see if you meet the medical eligibility criteria. So if you want to apply for CCSP Medicaid, which is Georgia's home health care waiver, or if you want assistance paying for adult day services or any of the other services, then you would call the Area Agency on Aging. Now, the Northwest Georgia Area Agency on Aging is actually operated through the Northwest Georgia Regional Commission, and it's going to serve the following counties: Bartow County, Catoosa County, Chattooga County, Dade County, Fannin County, Floyd County, Gilmer County, Gordon County, Haralson County, Murray County, Paulding County, Pickens County, Polk, and that's P-O-L-K County, Walker County, and Whitfield County. If you're in one of those counties, then you're going to want to call the Northwest Georgia Area Agency on Aging. And again, you can reach them at 800-759-2963. If you're working with someone who has Alzheimer's disease, you can reach the National Alzheimer's Hotline at 800-272-3900. You can reach the web portal through www.alz.org. The Alzheimer's Association has recently put on what it calls the Alzheimer's Navigator, which is designed to help you identify different resources that are available for you. If you call that 800 number though, 800-272-3900, it will identify, as part of the phone system, it will identify where you're calling from, and it will send you to the correct office so that you can talk to the people that you need to talk to get the help you need. Now, for Northwest Georgia, the regional office is in Dalton, and the Dalton office serves Polk County, Floyd County, Bartow County, Pickens County, Dawson County, Lumpkin County, White County, Habersham County, Stevens County, and all of the counties north of that, including Whitfield, Walker, Murray, and so forth. So if you draw that line that I listed, if you're there or north, then the North Georgia Regional Office will help you. They're located at 922 East Morris Street, Dalton, Georgia. Their phone number is 706-275-0819. Now, if you're in the area close to Dalton, then you would want to be aware of Ross Woods, which is an adult day services program. If you're not in the Dalton area, then you're probably going to want to talk to an assisted living facility near you to see if they provide respite services. But respite services are important, and Ross Woods has been specifically designed to provide adult day services. If you are concerned about the quality of care being received in a long-term care setting, then you can call the Georgia Community Ombudsman Program. The Dalton office is located at 219 West Crawford Street, Dalton, Georgia, 30720. And it's going to cover Bartow County, Catoosa County, Chattooga County, Dade County, Fannin County, Gilmer County, Gordon County, Murray County, Pickens County, Walker County, Whitfield County. If you live outside of that area, the 800 number, which would connect you to your regional ombudsman, is 800, let me take that back, 888-454-5426. Again, that's 888-454-5426. Now, another resource you can use if you're trying to figure out what are your rights in a long-term care setting, you can go to a website which is operated by the National Consumer Voice for Quality Long-Term Care. It's formerly the National Consumer Voice for Nursing Home Reform, and they've changed their name. The website is www.theconsumervoice.org. Now, one of the things that you're going to want to know is that an elder law attorney can help you navigate the issues that you're facing. A firm like mine does nothing but working with elderly. We don't do anything else, or special needs individuals. We don't do anything else. We are the elder law practice, which means we don't do the business law and the tort law and all of that other stuff. We focus on helping you if you're aging, if you have the issues that go with aging, like retirement planning, estate planning, or if you're trying to get Medicaid, if you're trying to see whether you qualify for Medicaid, if you're trying to see what resources are out there, if you are trying to get an application done, if you're trying to figure out what your rights are, if you are working as a voice for someone else. We call that a surrogate decision maker, whether you're a trustee or whether you are operating under a power of attorney or a guardian. That's the kind of stuff that elder law attorneys do. Now, you can reach us at 706-428-0888, and we have offices in Dalton, Georgia, and Atlanta, and we help people all between there, and we actually have a statewide practice for a lot of this. So if you're listening in Georgia, or if you're in Southeast Tennessee, we can help you. Our 800 number, if you need to reach us by that means, is 800-241-8755, or our website is mcguffey.net. That's mcguffey.net. Our website for our Atlanta practice is ga-elderlaw.com. So you can find a good bit of information about our website. But if you want to talk to a different elder law attorney, there are a number of different places you can go. You can go to the National Academy of Elder Law Attorneys website. That's naela.org. Just use the first letter of each word, National Academy of Elder Law Attorneys.org. And it has an attorney finder. You use that Find a Lawyer tool and put in your zip code, tell it how far out you're willing to drive, and it'll help you identify the lawyers in your area. You can also go to the National Elder Law Foundation website. Attorneys who have been certified as elder law attorneys, meaning that they've passed a rigorous set of criteria, including an examination which has a pass rate hovering around 30%, are listed there. They usually have CELA, C-E-L-A, after their name, which indicates that they've met the certification criteria. They will be listed on the NELF website, the National Elder Law Foundation website, which is nelf.org. They'll also have CELA after their name on the NALA website that I told you about a moment ago. If you're looking for a life care planning law firm, which generally will take a holistic approach in doing planning for your loved one, you can find members of the Life Care Planning Law Firms Association at lcplfa.org. And if you're looking for someone who works with special needs individuals, you can go to the Special Needs Alliance website. That's specialneedsalliance.org. I am a member of the Special Needs Alliance. And so if you have those concerns, you can call our office if you choose to. Now, many communities will have a senior service directory, and if you are in a community with one, I urge you to find that directory and avail yourself of it. It's going to list doctors and other professionals in your community that work with senior citizens. You're also going to want to take advantage of senior centers, not necessarily because you want to participate in all of the activities. They have a lot of great activities, but because they're a clearinghouse for information. They're a place where you can find out who's doing what in the community, who's helping seniors in your community. One of the things we know is that most people who are in the aging community tend to stay in the aging community. So the information that you find at places like the Senior Center will be good information, as will be information you can find from social workers or counselors who work with home health agencies or hospices or other services that tend to focus on senior citizens. Now, one of the things that you also want to know is that if you're working with someone who has a specific illness, such as Parkinson's disease, or who's had a stroke or some other condition, there are specific websites out there that are designed to give you information about all of those conditions and different resources available for people who have suffered from those conditions. So you should go out and look for them. For example, I mentioned stroke a moment ago. There's a National Stroke Association. There is a Heart Association. There is a Parkinson's Association. There are the Alzheimer's Association that I mentioned earlier. There's NAMI, the National Association for Mental Illness. So all of those different associations are out there, and they're designed to help you find information that's going to help you work with your loved one. The last thing that I want to tell you about before I give you some general advice on searching the internet is the Medicare.gov website. It's a great resource if you want to identify different providers, healthcare providers that provide long-term care in your community and who accept Medicare or Medicaid. It has a nursing home finder. It has a home health finder. It has a way for you to identify prescription drug plans and Medigap policies and doctors and hospitals, and to compare the quality of services provided. So you can go there and put in your zip code and go through its menu system and find information that's going to help you access what you need. Now, some general search ideas. One of the problems people have is there's so much information out there, how do you dig through it? Well, I've got a couple of ideas for you, and these come from my background as a research librarian before I went to law school. The first is I would probably begin my search with two paths. First, I would find a resource in your community that works with either the aging or who works with younger disabled individuals, depending upon what your situation is. And I would talk to them, and I would take notes as you talk to them and use that as a starting point. Then I would also go to Google, and I would do two different kinds of searches. I would do what's known as a long-tail search and a core search. The long-tail search might give you different results than the core search, and so I would do both. An example of a long-tail search might be, tell me about Alzheimer's resources in Dalton, Georgia, or whatever your geographic area is. And you're going to come up with a lot of stuff, and some of the pages you find will be junk, and some of them will be pure gold. And you're probably going to have to go through about 10 or 15 or more pages and sift through the junk the first time you do this search, and take notes and bookmark the pages that appear to be helpful, and you can go back to them later and spend some more time on the ones that are helpful. The core search that I would do is I would take your loved one's specific condition or your specific question and boil it down to the specific facts. For example, if you're looking for an attorney that does Medicaid, you can search Medicaid lawyer in Atlanta or whatever your geographic area is, but also just search Medicaid lawyer. And if you need to, just boil it down even more and search Medicaid and see what you get, and go through a number of pages. And what you're going to find is probably a website that is honed in, focused on that core search because of the way Google ranks pages. The more times that term appears in the page, the higher it will get in the rankings. And also, the more times it's linked from other quality sites, the higher it will get in the rankings. So that'll give you an idea of how to do some searches. And if you want to reach us, you can reach us by email, or you can call our number. Again, our Dalton number is 706-428-0888. Our 800 number is 800-241-8755. We have offices in Dalton and Atlanta, so we'd be happy to work with you. Or I hope, if you decide to work with someone else, I hope this video was both educational and helpful, and we'd love to hear from you. Take care.